Your church. What's good, y'all? Tay Buzz back in the building with another reaction video. It's been a minute since my last reaction video, and my bad, bro. I'm sorry. But anyways, we got a little video today. 100% proof that LeBron James is the most clutch player in the last 20 years. I'm gonna give you a like, of course. Legend of Winning, aka Low. You know I'll be watching Low. I don't got his notifications on, but that don't matter, boy. But anyways, if you know me, you know I'm a little bit of a LeBron hater, so I had to react to this video just to see if it was BS or not. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't like LeBron like that, but I don't know if I would say I'm a hater of LeBron. But I don't like LeBron like that. People be on his wood too much. I'm like, but anyways, get it started.
This is a graph plotting all of the greatest perimeter scorers and their performances in the clutch during the regular season over the past 2 decades. Right here is Paul George. Here is
the funny thing about this list is already my boy Paul George is getting disrespected. Paul George, if you don't know, Paul George is my favorite player. That's crazy.
Butler,
That's so crazy.
Here is Damian Lillard.
People be disrespecting Paul George like all the time. That shit terrible. Boy, he can't get a break.
So here are all-time greats such as Dwayne Wade, Allen Iverson, and both.
My boy, another one of my boys right here, AI. This is my favorite player of all time. Swear to God.
All the way over here is Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie
down
all over there.
Here is Kobe Bryant.
Damn, Kobe all the way down here. I mean, you talking about field goal percentages? G. Damn, Kobe low.
All the way up here is LeBron James. Not too long ago, I made a video answering the question:
LeBron clutch
is the greatest clutch performer the NBA has seen over the past 10 years. In that video,
I really don't know, to be honest.
A lot about the league and some of the greatest volume scorers.
Maybe I need to watch this
what
video.
They are able to do in the most
my boy Melo
moments of their careers. But after that video, I did want to figure
Am I the only one who don't like Melo in the double zeros? It's not. I just don't like it.
There's many other people.
I don't like D Rose in 25 neither.
Not only
25 is a cool number though. I'm not gonna lie to you.
In the past 2 decades, which made things a bit more difficult, largely because these numbers are extremely hard to come across. So just for my viewers, I dig deep, did the research.
Reggie is another one of my favorite players.
Conclusion of who is the greatest clutch performer in the
Look at that release. Damn, ref, you in the way? Swear to God.
And you would be surprised that all of these performers still do not amount to the greatest clutch performer of all time.
Hold on, let me show you the release. Let me show you the release. Hold up. See that? You see the follow through on that? Hey, I need to get back in the gym. Don't worry about me. My boy D Lil.
Manscaped is the best when it comes.
No sir. No sir. No sir, Low. No sir. No promotions in my bid.
People have to ask is, how exactly am I defining clutch? Because in these conversations, so many
Skip.
people
Yo, you know this dude right here, Skip Bayless, boy. Skip Bayless do not be on LeBron. He said, fuck LeBron. Like, I don't like LeBron. This man's like, fuck LeBron. He's ass.
We'll change the parameters to best favorite.
Skip is crazy. I don't even like Skip.
I decided to just use the
Rudy Gay?
On NBA.com.
Oh, this is Joe Johnson. I'm tripping. About to say.
Which so happens
ISO Joe, that's crazy as well. I said that was Rudy Gay.
Differential is 5 points or less. Also, for the people out there who are wondering who I included in my studies, quite simply, any player who averaged 15 points or more for any extended period of time, as well as being a perimeter player, more than likely made this list, outside of a few exceptions. And if you look at this graph, which simply conveys the field goal percentage in contrast to the amount of field goals in the clutch per game, you can clearly tell that not only is LeBron James head and shoulders amongst everyone else, but he has the volume there as well. And for full transparency, here are
let's look at this first. Okay, field goal percentage in the clutch regular season. Okay, we got some LeBron, CP3, Kyrie DeRozan, Jimmy Butler, D Wade, Ray Allen, Dirk, Dame, KD. Okay. There's nobody on this list that I didn't expect. Well, ISO Joe, but I mean, makes sense.
Included in my research, along with their field goals made in the clutch per game, as well as their field goal percentage. And again, as you can clearly see, and it's even more prominent now, LeBron James
Actually, Paul George is up here.
head and shoulders above everyone else. And then on
the
the
GOAT.
other end of the spectrum, which essentially is below average, we have players such as Trace McGrady, Allen Iverson, Paul George, who was at the bottom in my last video and still is now, and
it's tough.
Kobe Bryant.
I gotta respect it though.
All of these stat nerds
it's a lot of great names on there.
Yelling out that field goal percentage is not the proper way to assess efficiency, which is correct. Please remember that field goal percentage equals accuracy, not efficiency. So if we want to look at efficiency, then you would have to look at this graph here. And with this graph, you can clearly tell
gosh, just a lot of
things that are different. But
y'all know Jimmy High Roller? And man, Lo trying to come for his graphs. Oh my God, look at these this graph is wild. Golly.
Game are the same. You more or less can kind of guess where some of these names are at.
These graphs is crazy.
A few of these names, Allen Iverson is all the way at the bottom.
Damn,
Carmelo
aight.
and Tracy McGrady are relatively close to one another. At the top, we have Ray Allen, Kyrie, Irving. But all the way at the tippy top, we have Steph Curry. And yet again, towards the bottom, we still have Kobe Bryant. And again, for full transparency, here's a list of all of the players sorted by their effective field goal percentage. And again, the last 5 minutes of a game in which the point differential is 5 points or less during the regular season. And with these numbers, it is very important to point out that someone like Paul George, who was all the way at the bottom in the last graph, now finds himself around average just because most of the shots that he attempts in these situations are three-pointers, which obviously would up his efficiency. And again, you can clearly see that being represented in this infographic. Another thing to point out is that most of the players who are on the bottom half of this list are players who played during the 2000s, which makes sense since most of these players just were not attempting three-pointers at the same volume.
Facts.
That we see them being attempted at.
They be chucking them bitches, swear to God.
That being said, it is still very impressive that
watch an NBA game, see how many threes they shoot.
This high up on this list,
that shit is crazy.
Because he played in an era where there just wasn't that much three-point shooting. However, in my opinion, the most impressive thing about this list is that LeBron James is third. And he spent a huge portion of his career being an average to below average three-point shooter, especially in contrast to a lot of other players in today's league.
You can already tell I'm not feeling this.
Efficiency, LeBron finds himself at the top. But for many people, this just isn't enough. Pointing out what a player may do in a meaningless regular season game just isn't important enough in the conversation that needs to be had.
Kobe, R.I.P. Kobe.
So, of course, we have to dig a bit more deeper and look at how these players perform in the playoffs. And of course, that is a fair statement, especially when we're talking about clutch performers. The higher the stakes, the more pressure that is put on a player, the more impressive it is to see someone perform on that stage. So I did my research, but I had to do a little tweaking to
Oh my God, look at this quality. Shit's terrible. Oh my God.
I realized that if I just limited,
I can see every pixel in this shit. Swear to God.
Game, when the point differential was 5 or less, the sample size just wasn't going to be large enough. Also, I felt like having such strict limitations on my research really doesn't do playoff games justice, because the reality of it all is every moment in the playoffs is pressurized. And so, personally, I felt like the best way to get a great sample size while still staying true to being in the clutch was to just look at the entirety of the fourth quarter of playoff games when the point differential was 5 or less. Right here is Tracy McGrady all the way at the bottom.
So so AI gonna go up a little bit. Oh
LeBron
shit!
James and Kevin Durant,
right next to each
LeBron
other.
edging KD out just by a little bit. Here is Kyrie Irving, who took a drastic step in the wrong direction, whose field goal percentage.
I was looking for this nigga up top. I'm like, where's he at? Oh, all the way back down.
During the regular season. Here is Russell Westbrook. Up here is Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Clutch.
Impressive. Here is Allen Iverson.
There we go, AI.
That's
what I like to see.
Most people
That's what I like to see.
Iverson for not being efficient.
Facts. I need y'all to stop talking shit about AI. Better than LeBron.
And all the way at the top, we have Chris Paul.
This is gonna make a nigga mad.
Which, if you watched my last video, shouldn't be surprising at all, because Chris Paul's clutch numbers in the playoffs are stupendous.
It is.
And more people should talk about them. But the one thing that I just can't shake, and we can go ahead and address the elephant in the room, and that is Kobe Bryant's numbers. Even though Kobe Bryant has built an amazing reputation of being a clutch performer, when you look at his numbers, they just don't back up those claims. And even going into this video, I knew for a fact Kobe's numbers were going to be very suspect. I didn't think that they were going to be this bad.
It's very tough.
Just looking at the field goal percentage, I was actually surprised that Kobe was so low on this list.
Yeah, that is.
But for some of you, that still isn't enough. Because I know for a fact many people want to know who is a player that I'm giving the ball to tie the game or take the lead.
Facts. If you need a bucket, you giving the ball to LeBron? Over Kobe? Over AI?
In a playoff
Not me.
situation.
Not me.
And of course, I did my research for that as well. Now, I'm not going to put these numbers on the graph just because the volume varies so much so that it honestly just wouldn't fit. However, as you can clearly tell, these numbers are very eye-opening. Even though, yes, players such as Jimmy Butler, Kyrie Irving, and Chris Paul are at the top of the list, one can argue the volume isn't high enough to make a legitimate argument for them being the best performers in these late-game situations. And on the other hand, players such as Paul Pierce, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and Kobe Bryant all have the volume, but their percentages are on the wrong side of 30. So honestly, in these late-game situations, the 2 to 3 best players to give the ball to are either Ray Allen, LeBron James, or Dirk Nowitzki. Which then leads me to the only conclusion that someone can make after looking at all of these numbers. LeBron is the only player out of all of these lists that consistently finished top 5. And when you take into consideration the volume that came along with it, it is undeniable. At worst, LeBron is one of the greatest clutch performers in the past 20 years.
I can't say shit when you pull up the numbers for real.
I would argue that LeBron James is the greatest clutch performer the game has witnessed over the past 20 years.
I was about to say.
But with that being said, people, please let me know what you think
over
about
the past 20 years. LeBron James, this man right here, most clutch player in the last 20 years. Even after this list, even after all of them graphs and all them percentages, I'm still not giving the ball to LeBron. I have Kobe. I have AI. Should I even have KD? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The LeBron fanboys is gonna be on this video heavy on my head, bro. But it's okay. I'll tell you this, LeBron, right? LeBron, where is LeBron in top 3, top 5, top 10? He about number 10. It's like, nah, I'm playing. LeBron right now is for sure number 2. He literally, like, with his last championship, to me, surpassed Kobe. I think you have to give him that at this point. Like, Kobe is still my number 3. But LeBron, you don't gotta like him, but you gotta respect it, you know? So LeBron's definitely number 2 right now. Is there anything LeBron can do for me to get to number 1? Where obviously Jordan is. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know. I don't think this man LeBron can do anything to make me think he's greater than Jordan. But that's just my opinion, man. Anyways, y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to my boy Legend of Winning. I'm going to come out with some more reaction videos soon. Come out with another documentary soon. Maybe do an LMAOOO video. Y'all want to see me talk to some hoes? Y'all want to see me talk to some hoes? Bet. I got you. But yeah, we're going to come up with that in the next couple of days. I'm trying to get this video up today. This is the 22nd, 2:39 p.m. Eastern Time. VA boy. But anyways, yeah, let's I just want to make sure y'all know that the videos is coming. But anyways, I'm gonna fuck with y'all though. Love y'all. Peace.
Cut the cameras.